matchups in the history of college football have had games, and more specifically, endings etched into the memory banks, etched into the lore of the sport, more than the Iron Bowl. From the kick six to the grave digger, you just hear those words. Emotions, frustrations stirred up that last a whole year. And in a rivalry game like this one, we can only hope for another classic like those. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. Last year's Iron Bowl is pretty much what we've come to expect when it's in Tuscaloosa, as scripted as it was a year ago. The drama you tend to find when they play in Jordan-Hare, but there's no mistaking the intensity no matter where these two get together.
Yeah, and Auburn didn't play their best, but this rivalry always provides fun. Like, there's some way, somehow, it shouldn't happen. Where it's played has always mattered. It seems like it will swing the pendulum a little bit, but a lot of hate in the Iron Bowl. The state of Alabama, you're either on one side or the other, and it's usually not friendly.
Oh, a lot of space. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. The transition from Nick Saban to Kalen DeBoer certainly gave growing pains to the Crimson Tide, and they're expecting progress in year 2.
It wasn't smooth. I mean, you expand the playoff, obviously, further, and they still don't make it, so a lot of upset Alabama fans, Jesse, but year 2, obviously a chance to change that. More of his guys, more of his system.
Yeah, there were some bright spots a year ago in Kalen DeBoer's first season. Obviously, beating Georgia at home was a big one, but this is a team that definitely stumbled down the stretch, and you're right. This is a team that has expectations to compete for national championships. They have to take the next step this year.
Caught over the middle. It's Williams. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking for a man. It's Mack. The sure hands. It's Horton. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Power football with the run. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Try to get it to the edge. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now, time to take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. And they'll mark this one at the 20-yard line. So Auburn's offense will go to work for the first time today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
The RPO, fire complete to the back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball over.
They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Using his legs, it's Cobb. They've got him in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of pretty much what he got on the previous play.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative.
Touchdown, Auburn! Oh, that baby! And strolled into the end zone for the score. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The give to the left side. Nice move there. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The give to the tailback. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw. It's Mack. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
They were able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. And the pass falls incomplete, and we are through 1 quarter. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catch in the middle, it's Horton. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Use the play fake, now to throw. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Miller with the ball. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Looking downfield, it's Mack. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Got it in the middle, it's Bernard. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and go get them tackled to the ground.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bama! Looking for the tie with the extra point. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. And they'll bring it out to the 25. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Gives it on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this is every defensive coordinator's dream, right? Watching your defense go out on 1st down, TFL, 2nd down, TFL. Now you set up 3rd and long. Everybody knows they're going to throw it, and your pass rushers can pin their ears back. Outstanding job being...
It's a seam wide open. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score.
I don't know as a defense on 3rd down how you let that guy be wide open. You can let the tight end be wide open, maybe a running back leaks out. You're not letting one of the best wide receivers in all of college football be that scot-free. That was just way too easy for the offense.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. The Tigers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Frazier. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They'll send out the kicker here. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. On the move from inside is 5. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll leave it with him. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
To throw, it's Mack. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Horton. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Going up top again. Got it in the middle. It's Horton. And they swarm him under. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. Wants to go up top on first down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. He leaves it with his back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Defense looks like they're coming. Looking downfield very late in the half. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. Wide open spaces. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Off the play fake on first down to throw. Bring in the heat. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. One more snap coming before halftime. Back to throw, it's Mack. He's looking deep. Brings it down on the right side. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Tide.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Auburn sends out the punting unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Leaves it with the running back. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start the second half, defense picking up where it left off.
There he goes. He's up to 51 yards rushing in this one and within striking distance of a 1,000-yard season. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the tight end. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43. After that last completion, it's second down. Looking to throw, it's Mack. Grab near the marker, it's Horton. Made a defender miss. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, you set it down.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Running back searching for a hole. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. With the ISO play, you'd think they'd get a good running start to get that block, but boy, I tell you what, they took care of business there. The defense did.
Took care of business. You see the pulling guard come around, and the defense is not fooled, attacking downhill. Nobody's getting knocked off the football, and the defense is not allowing them to run the football right up the gut.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that one.
He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone. This crowd knows when to bring it. Buys a little time with his feet. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job in the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Got his man. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal. These fans trying to be like a 12th man on defense and help them get a stop. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the
quarterback's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
That's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Simmons. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Singleton. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They march to the end zone the last time they had it, do it again, and they'll be on top. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Might be calling a hot route. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. They'll knock it down for a loss of a couple. Now, I tell you, Auburn is known for playmakers on defense, and one guy who can have a massive impact on a turnaround is Keldrick Falk. David, 7 sacks a year ago, could be a top 10 pick next year.
Yeah, it's just so fun. It seems like Auburn finds these guys every single year. They've always got those guys that are fast, that are athletic, that can run, and they build their defense around them, and this is a guy that they'll do it again this year, and that's why Auburn's defense is going to be good.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. This should be the last play of the quarter. The give to the back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. D showing blitz, they might be bluffing. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle at Simmons. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The play-action fake. On the move and looking deep. Touchdown, Tiger! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Got a little space. never seems to take the big hit, finds enough room to get to the 29. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. The give is to Miller. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on third down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on second and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the fourth quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
That's caught. It's Horton. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on second down. Might be changing the route. Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
Now improvising. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Past the 40. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot. Unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
To the air, it's Mack. Caught over the middle, it's Williams. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there.
Oh, look out, the ball's free. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Can't get him to the ground. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. It'll be 3rd and long. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
It's a big mountain to climb, but the defense helping themselves out by getting that takeaway. They're going to need a few scores now, but you needed something positive to happen. You needed the momentum to shift, and I think the defense just did that by getting the takeaway.
Makes the grab. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. Looking to get it in. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! As you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the wideout. Off-play action on first down. On the run, still looking. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the fourth quarter and it's a one-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
They'll move the wide receiver. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Pulls it and fires to the left. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tied ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Since 1893, this game has meant more to the fans in the state of Alabama than any other sporting event, and the toilet